YouTube's happening. It is Monday, April 7th, and we're going to talk about the MLB. We have, what is it, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 games on the slate. Kind of busy for a Monday, actually, for a travel day, but whatever. We'll take it. So we're going to break these games down. Let's do a little recap of yesterday. I put these plays out. There were no props because I did the video Saturday night. Hey, uh, whatever. Miami Atlanta got postponed because of weather. Dodgers lost, Yankees lost. Both teams could have easily won those games, but they didn't. The Yurfie hit. Have you looked at Detroit's Yurfie record recently? It's like 8 and out of 9 games. The Yurfie is hit. Madness. I don't know why it just keeps hitting, but it keeps hitting. So we're gonna keep taking it probably. So under 8 was a joke. Didn't happen. Houston won. San Diego and Chicago hit the over in the first inning. Like, what are we doing here? Tampa did not win. Over 10 hit in the Rado A's game. San Fran won, and then the Angels and Cleveland, I believe, ended at 9. So we were hooked on like 3 things. It was so close to an amazing day, but it ended up being a 5-5 day. So whatever. If you want the plays typed out, or if you want to access the spreadsheet once it's ready, because it's almost there. Like we're close. Look, 9 games. 9 games, we're there. We're almost there. If you want to access this, plus all the other sports I do, all you gotta do is go check out the HQ sign up. Simple as that. Boom, easy. So, enough of that. We have 11 games. We're gonna try to roll through these. We have props today we can look at, yay, and see if we can find some value. So let's jump to the first game right now. All right, first game we have at the Yankees in Detroit. This game is starting at 3:10 Eastern. So it's the day game for the day. We have 155 for the Yanks with a 8.5 on our total. Yurfie is 100% in play with these two teams right now. Let's look over and see. Let's do the spreadsheet. Let me show you the records. Don't have the stats ready yet. I need 10, then I can do the stats. 6-3, 5-4. They're both at 9 games. Beautiful stuff. Let's look at the props. We have pitcher props. Yeah. And we got Carlos Rodon going against Casey Mize. Okay. Let's open these two up and see what we got cooking over here. So, man, that's crazy. Let's look at the matchup. Mize was 2-6 last year with a 4.49 ERA with 102 innings. The Yanks against righties, you can see how they did last year against Mize. Historically, you can see over 2, 1 for 2, over 2, over 2, 4 for 5 for Judge. 4 for 5. You know, wouldn't be crazy to see a first inning, top of the first home run from Judge, would it? Wouldn't seem crazy. It could happen. The way that dude's hitting right now, and this history against mine, I might be taking Judge HRR. I might be taking that play in this game on top of the Yurfie. I might do the Yurfie anyways. Swap over. Let's see. We got Carlos Rodon, who was 16-9 with a 3.96. Detroit's versus the righties. You can see how they did last year, and you have history against. My God, look at all the green. Holy shit! What? There's so much green except for Baez. Okay. Over. Damn. Yurfie. There's so many things I could take in this game right now. First inning over. First 5 over. First 5 over might be good. I don't know. That's a lot of green. I'm a little perplexed. I was taken aback. I was not ready for that much green. Let's look at the things. He gave up 5 to Arizona. Let's look at his last 10. Yeah, he's averaging 2.2 runs because he did have some good games, but he has popped off for 3. He hasn't been blown up for like 7, 8 runs or anything like that, but he's been pretty consistent, which over 1.5, that's pretty good. That's literally covering. We go strikeouts. You can see how he's been all over the place. We go hits allowed, and we can, there's something doing blocks. Okay, cool. Let's swap to the other side. Let's go to Casey. Hello, good sir. Hits, you can see what he's done. Last 10 strikeouts all over the place. Earn runs. Last 2, Seattle's pretty good. So, okay, so we're not going to take an individual prop. We're taking a duel of a team thing. So I think we want to do something crazy like come back here. We're going to go to the game lines over here. And we're going to find the game lines. First 5. I want to do just the starters first and see what the total is. Total over under is what? What's the over? Over is right here. It says it. Over 4.5 is plus 105. Over 4 is 125. I like that. I think they can score 4 total runs in the first 5 innings. I think I'm going to go with that. Yep. So over 4 for minus 125. That's our play in the first game. Next. All right, second game is going to be St. Louis and Pittsburgh, and we can see it is a slight favorite for St. Louis on the road. 8 is our total. Let's look at some records. 4-5, 3-7. Somebody's at 10 games. Oh, we're almost there. I need every team there. Come on, we're almost there. So close. Let's look at the props. Who we got? I'm done with you two. Go away. Let's swap to the next game. Cardinals Pirates. We got Vitore versus Connerman. Okay, cool. Not a problem. Let's break them down. Let's start with Carmen. 5-5, 3.38 for Pittsburgh. Well, in last year, this is what he was. Against righties, this is what St. Louis is up to. But these players from last year against Carmen, historically, not enough data. Everything's within under 3 at bats. Doesn't tell us anything, but you can see how they did for one game. So swap sides. Let's load it up with Liberatore, 3-4, 3.49. Pittsburgh versus lefties. Not good. Not good at all. Look at the numbers. That ain't good at all the whole season. And then you can see versus Liberatore, you can see 444 for the home run for Brian Reynolds is actually kind of impressive, but the rest of it is just 3 for 4. That's cool, but not enough. 1-1-1. Not the best. We just know they're not that good overall, except for actually really nobody's good. I guess Bart's 333. That's about it, but that's not enough. This is a St. Louis play. It's going to be St. Louis for sure. I can't see why. I don't see how Pittsburgh's doing. They're 3-7 for a reason. I don't see them doing any good, but we will look at the props just because we want last 10. Can't show last 10. All I have is last 5. Can I get all 2024 in there? And 25? Just give me the last 5 games. That'll work. Earned runs, you can see what he did. He had 3 against the Angels. Strikeouts, he had, or this is hits. You can see what he did there. Was 6 hits in the last game out there. 4, not the best dude overall, not the best pitcher, but I think he's going to have a good decent day today against Pittsburgh because they don't do well against lefties. So let's swap to the other side. Mr. Carmen, what you up to? Let's see. Your last 5 games as well. We have our earned runs. You gave up 4 to Tampa Bay. Walks, no, I don't have that on that for some reason. Strikeouts, he did strike out that. Hits, he gave up 7 hits. So both pitchers had a bad outing first, but I think St. Louis is going to be better. Over under is 8. Both pitchers kind of sucked, didn't they? But I think I'd be surprised if Pittsburgh can keep up with the runs. But then again, I think St. Louis could pop off with the runs. So we could take the over. 8's a good number. 8, 4-4, it's a winner. Yeah, 3-5, it's a push. I'm okay with the push. I think we'll take the over. Over 8, why not? Let's have a little fun. We'll take that. If you don't like the over, you could take St. Louis on the money line as well. But yeah, those are the 2 plays I will take next. All right, game 3 is going to be Doyas in Washington. Looks like we got 166 for LA with a 8 is our total. Let's go and look at the spreadsheet with the records. 9-2. They are human. They do bleed when you cut them. 3-6 for Washington. Let's look over at the actual props. Who do we have? Move on to the next game. And Dodgers Nationals right there. Go away. Stop. There. Got it. It's going to be Mackenzie Gore versus Dustin May. Interesting. All right. Matchup. Load them up. Gore was 10-12 last year with a 3.9. He does have a 0-1 with a 1.5 ERA against Dodgers in his career. Dodgers against lefties last season. You can see how they did for the full season. Pretty decent numbers overall. It's a lefty. It's an Edmund day. We're probably going with Edmund HR. I'm telling you, anytime he faces a lefty, I mean, he's a 4.12 last season. Against Gore, you can see what they did historically throughout his career. We flopped to the other side. We got May versus what? May had no stats, obviously. We do have stats for May against players historically. 0 for 1, 1 for 5, 1 for 6, not much info. And then you can see how Washington was against righties overall. So this one's going to be very simple. We're taking Edmund HRR. It's against a lefty. We'll keep doing that until it does not work for us. So, but we will look at other things because some people don't want to do HRs. I get it. I understand. Some people want to see like strikeouts. You know, his number's 5.5. He's averaged 6.9 in his last 10 outings. That's not bad. It is LA though, so who knows what could happen. They have the talent. They could pop off any minute. Hits allowed. He gave up 9 hits to Toronto, just so you know. He gave up 3 earned runs. 9 hits is a lot. So let's look at May. May's not going to have any stats. We can't look at anything, can we? Oh, no, he went out there against April 1st. He had 0 earned runs against Atlanta. Strikeout-wise, he had 6 against Atlanta, and he only gave up 1 hit. So pretty good in his 1 outing so far, but we've already decided we're going to here. We're going to Dodgers. We're looking for Mr. Tommy Edman, the man himself. And yeah, this has been his last 10 games on HRR, and now he's facing a lefty, so I shall be taking over 1.5. Edman over 1.5 HRR. Next. Game 4 is Toronto and Boston. It is 130 for Boston with an 8.5 on our total. Let's go ahead and bounce over to the spreadsheet so we can look. 5-5, 6-4. You see the 2 records. Let's go to the props. Who is pitching? Richard Fitz and Easton Lucas. All right, cool. We pull these up. Fitz was 0-1 last year with $174, only 20 innings, not much. Against Toronto, he did have a 7.2 ERA in his career. Toronto versus righties, they loved them some righties last year. They loved them so much. Against Fitz, 2 for 3, 1 for little success, but not much. Nothing really to talk about there. Boston versus Lucas. Lucas was 1-0 with a 10 ERA and 11 innings. literally it was 1.2 innings against Boston, not good at all. You see how Boston did against Mr. Lucas. You can see not good, and against lefties, not the best either. So I don't know if I like this one or not. Toronto looks pretty decent, but Boston did have like 1,000 runs last night. And there's that whole theory, like if a team has like 18 plus runs or 15, whatever the number is, you fade them the next day. Prime example, Cincinnati had 14, then they went 0-2 before they scored again. So we might fade Boston for that. We might try that out today. I might go Toronto on the money line just because Boston basically gave up all the runs in one day. They don't need 18 runs, but they used them all. So the bats might be a little tired. So we'll see how that little theory works. But we'll look at pitchers first. We always want to do that. So earned runs, let's go last. Well, we can't go last 10. Let's go last 5 so we can see what we got. Against Texas this season, gave up 3 earned runs. Strikeouts, 3.5 was his line. He struck out 4 against Texas. His average is 2.6 in his last games. And then hits allowed, he gave up 6 hits to Texas. His line's 5.5. That's pretty close. I wouldn't touch any of that. We pop over here to Lucas. Oh, Lucas, he had 0 earned runs. He had 3 strikeouts, and he gave up 1 hit to Washington. So, yeah, pretty decent there. So, good numbers. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go Toronto money line. We're going to rock with it. I know it's plus money. I get it. It's right at plus 115. You could go plus 1.5 if you want to be a little safer with the minus 166. But I'm going to go for the juice today. I'm going to go Toronto plus 115 on the money line. Next. All right, next up we got Miami and the Mets. Mets are a pretty big favorite, 275 with a 7 total. Spreadsheet wise, 5-4 for Miami, 6-3 for the Mets. Cool. We go over to the player props. We pull up the pitchers. We got Valente and Kodai Basinga going up against each other. Starting off with Belozo, we can look. Let's just go ahead and flop over to him first. Belozo's 3-4, 367 with 68 innings last year. You see how he's done against the Mets historically. That's what the Mets against righties historically. Versus him, it's only 1 game, but he gave up a lot of hits. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This all is one from 1 game. You can see it's pretty obvious. We flop sides. We go to Miami bats first. Senga's 1-0, 3.38, 5.1 innings last season. This information is 0 for 8, but if you look over here, we go over to Senga and we look at his stats head to head. He faced him on the 1st of the month, which was 6 days ago. So he had 8 strikeouts. You can see he had 2 earned runs and he had 3 hits allowed. So pretty good outing. That's why his strikeouts are at 6.5. That's why it's 275 for the Mets. So he should shut Miami down, you would assume. And then him in his 2025 debut, he faced Pittsburgh, gave up 4 runs. Oh, not 4 runs, but he had 4 strikeouts. He had 4 strikeouts in a game that ended 5-4. 2024, you can see how he did, or we can go last 10 on his strikeouts. That's all we have. So I don't like anything in this game. I'm going to pass on this one and move on to the next one. Next up, Texas and the Cubbies. And it is Cubs 125 with a 6 total, over under of 6. Gotta love that. Man, oh man, let's go to the spreadsheet. Look at the records: 8-2, 7-5. Both teams doing well. Cubs already have 12 games. That's crazy. Texas at 10. We're almost there. Let's look at the pitchers. Who do we have? We have Evaldi, who has been pretty good, and Justin Steele. We're gonna fade him. I'm telling you, we fade Steele every day. Both games he's pitched so far. Steele 5-5, 307, 134 against lefties. You can see how he did in his last season against Steele. This is how Texas is done. Seager's done pretty good. That's about all we have. It's not much data at all. So we flop sides to Chicago versus Texas. Evaldi was 12-8, 3.8 against righties. You can see how he has been, and against him overall, you can see the same. Again, nothing really stands out for either one. We look at their last 10 games. Steele has been awful the last few games. I've literally bet this over 1.5 earned runs every game. These last 3, all 3 have hit. So beautiful. He's 0 for 3. Beautiful stuff. Strikeouts. He got some strikeouts though. He actually did a little bit there. And then hits, he gives up a lot of hits. So far, earned runs over 1.5, absolutely taking it. I don't care what the weather is. I don't care what anything's going on. Texas is 8-2. If they can't get 2 runs off this man, they got problems, because everybody else getting 2 runs off him. Let's go Evaldi. Evaldi had a beautiful game last time. Let's see, earned runs. Did he pitch the entire game? Yeah, he had a complete game shutout last game against Cincinnati. Just beautiful outing. How many strikeouts did he have? He had 8 strikeouts. Only gave up 4 hits, 0 earned runs. Beautiful stuff. You could take Texas on the money. Texas plus 110 wouldn't be bad either. We got options here. I like Evaldi. I like the way he pitched against Cincinnati. Steele, Man, Chicago's offense is pretty hot, though. That's the only concern I have about Texas on the money line. So I think I'm just going to take Steele over 1.5. Show me you can do anything besides not give up runs. So, earn runs. So we're going to take Steele to give up his earn runs like he's been doing. If you trust Texas to keep Evaldi to not to get just Evaldi versus the Cubs offense is the game. That's the game when it comes to money line. But I think Texas offense versus Cub against Steele, nah, that ain't gonna be fair. no, no. Steele 1.5 next. Next up, we got Minnesota and Kansas City. We see KC 112. It's basic. Pick them. 8.5 is our total. Let's go over to this spreadsheet. Look at some records: 3-6, 4-5. I figured they'd be better, but Minnesota, I thought they'd be a little bit better too. So, who's pitching today? Lorenzen's going out there for KC, and Simeon Woods Richardson's going out there for Minnesota. Let's look. 7-6 for Lorenzen, 3-3-1. You can see how Minnesota does against righties. They liked the righties last year. Against him, they like facing him too. Those are some pretty not much stat. That's okay. No. So they get on base, but there's not much to show for it. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, cool. Let's flop sides. Let's go to the other one. Simeon Woods Richardson was 5-5 with a 4.17 last season. KC versus righties. You can see how they did and how they do against Simeon Woods. Oh, not good. Not good. He's a pretty good. Mr. Groundball himself did not give up much at all. Surprising, not really. So we can see Lorenzen, his one. Let's see, he's had one game so far this year against Milwaukee. He had 5 hits. He had 7 strikeouts and he had 3 runs. So he gave up everything. So strikeouts is 4.5. I wouldn't trust that. Not with those numbers. Hits I could trust, but then you got to trust Minnesota's offense. I don't trust them at all. Sorry, I just don't. You're 3-6 for a reason. And it ain't because the pitching's terrible, it's because the whole team is just not good. Earned runs, you can see him. He gave up 2 in his one game against Chicago. Strikeouts, he struck out 5. Hits allowed, he gave up, yeah, he was so good at under 4.5, but now he's hovering around that 5 line. I don't trust either side. So this is going to be a pass. We're going to move on to the next game. Next up, Baltimore, Arizona. It is 120 Arizona at home. 8.5 is our total. Look some records: 5-5, 4-6. Both teams hit the 10-game mark. Nice. Let's look over at the player props. Who's pitching? Eflin's going out there versus Zachy boy. What we got? Let's see history. 14-6 last season, 3.65. Baltimore versus the righties. You can see how they did last season. Again, gone historically. Nothing really stands out. Maybe 375 for Earl Hearn, but that's about it. We flop slides to Arizona versus Eflin, 10-9, 3.59. Arizona versus righties. You can see those. Eflin, you can see these as well. Again, nothing really stands out. Well, maybe Ratchet being bad, that kind of stands out, but no. Outs are pretty consistent with this man. Strikeouts are very all over the place. He could be good or bad. Hits are kind of all over the place. Earn runs all over the place. So Eflin is one of the ones you just don't know if he's going to have a great game or a bad game because he could do both literally in back-to-back starts. Then we got Zach. Strikeouts, he had 13 of them against the Yankees. Like, dude was balling in his first game. See, the game before they only had 4 against the Cubs, though. But he got rocked against the Cubs. So, see his earned runs, 4-0. These are the type of pitchers you got to leave alone because you need consistency. That's what we do here. We want consistent. These 2 pitchers aren't consistent. So what we're doing, we're passing. There's nothing here for us. We move on to the next game. Next up, we got Houston and Seattle. We got 158 Seattle. 7 is our total. Let's look over at let's get records first. 4-5, 3-7. Both teams, kind of struggling. Let's go to the prop. Who's pitching today? We're done with this game. On the next game. We want Seattle, thank you, right there. Logan Gilbert's going out there against Hayden. Okay. The Gilbert strikeouts are ridiculous. Like, dude is just crushing it recently. Look at those numbers. Man, we'll go back to that. But he was 9-12 with a 3.23 last year in 200 innings against righties. Houston apparently is not very well. They don't do well. They're all mid-2s, means they do better against lefties, is all it is. Doesn't mean they're bad. They're just better against lefties. Against Gilbert, 50 for Pena in 20 at-bats. 355 and a home run's not bad for Altuve. We got a couple other 300s, but some of these are just terrible. Let's flop sides. Let's see what we got for Houston. Wezineski. Sure, 3-6, 3.86. Seattle versus righties. There you go. Nah, these are bad numbers. When you see none but 1s and low 2s, that's. And then you see the history versus this dude here. We got 400, but not many at bats. I think I got to trust Gilbert strikeouts though. Dude has been cooking. He's averaging 8.3, 6.5 head to head last season. He faced him 3 times, but never got to 7. So a little concerning, a little bit. Hits. But last 20 games on the strikeouts was just disgusting. Really, the last 10, he figured something out. It was Dodgers, Tampa, Oakland, Seattle, St. Louis, Texas, New York, Houston, Oakland. Not the best, but striking out this season, he's faced the Athletics, struck out 8, and struck out 10 against Detroit, who is playing offense very well. So I think I'm going to take Gilbert. We're just going to trust Gilbert here. He figures something out with the strikeout. So over 6.5 Ks, I'm down. We're going to take his K prop and just move on. Well, let me show you. Let me show you, Hayden. Make sure you got all the information you need. I got my play. Let me show you what you might want to play. Maybe you want the walks, earn runs. Maybe you want strikeouts. Maybe you want the hits. See, I want to make sure I show you everything. There's pitching outs. Gilbert pitching outs is pretty good too, I think, right? Yeah, 18 and a half. What? You expect him to go 6 1/3? That's too much. No, I'll just take the strikeouts. We'll take that next. Cincinnati, San Fran is up next. We can see 152 for San Fran with a 7 total. Records 3-7, 8-1. 9 games, almost there. Hurry up, get there. Let's look at the prop. Who's pitching? Logan West pitching. That's a great one to go out there against Hunter Green. Pitching duel potentially. 1-0. Cincinnati loses. Probably, I guess. No way to do it again, right? Zero chance. Let's pop over here. Webb, 13-10, 3-4-7. You can see Cincy versus the righties. They do decently against righties, but Logan Webb is a pretty good righty. Against Logan Webb, well, shit, they do pretty good regardless. Man, 286 for Lux, 30-33 for Ellie and 12 at bats. Okay, they do kind of okay. I was going to take San Fran, but now I'm a little concerned based on these career numbers. Let's swap to the other side. Let's see how Hunter Green is. 9-5, 275. San Fran they prefer the lefties, but hey, they're not bad overall. And they against Hunter Green, ooh, they are not good against Hunter Green at all. And man, Adames with only 2 home runs, but a $188. That's not good. Okay, I'm leaning Cincinnati. What? Okay, man. Okay. All right, let's look at the props. Let's see what we got. Earned runs. You can see he's done last 10. He faced Cincy literally on March 27th and gave up 3 earned runs. Strikeout wise, you can see he only struck out 5. Hits, he gave up 6 hits to Cincy right there on March 27th. And then Houston here, so not the best. How has Hunter Green been doing is the question. Outs. No, we won't strike out. Strikeouts against San Fran. He struck out 8 against him and Texas. All right, Hunter Green, I see you. Hits, pretty good. Earned runs, only 2 earned runs in a game that San Fran won 64 because bullpens suck overall. So I kind of want to do a fun play like taking Cincy money line or like plus half in the first. Come with me, follow me on my thought process. We're going to go 5 innings, so we get halfway. Let's see if we can get like a run line. And can we get Cincy plus half for minus 135? Yeah, so but as long as they're not losing by the 6th inning, we win. Perfect. I'm taking it. We're going to go Cincy first 5 plus 0.5. So as long as they don't lose, they can be tied or they can be winning, we win. That's all I need to do. So I'm going to take that Cincy plus half in the first 5 next. Okay, last one. San Diego and the Athletics. And we can see it is San Diego 146 with an 8.5. Let's go to the sheet. Let's see 4-6, 8-2. San Diego's also human, but everybody's getting back to kind of normal. Let's look at the props. See who's pitching. Severino. I forget he is an A now versus Michael King. Let's see how that little matchup's going to work out. Severino was 11-7 with a 3.9 last season against righties. You can see how San Diego is. They love righties. It's nothing new. They will always like righties. Severino, they haven't done well against him because he's been 0 for 14 for Bogarts, 1 for wow. That's actually impressive. He's been doing pretty good. Flop it over. Let's see what we got. King 13-9, 295. The A's versus righties. You can see how they've done against Michael King. Not much data there. So I was instantly going to jump all over San Diego here, but I am a little concerned by this matchup here. This Severino history is a little concerning. It makes me kind of not want to touch it. So let's look. Severino outs. You can see how he's done in his last 10 games and pretty good overall. Can't complain. Strikeout wise, his number's 4.5, but he's done this. Now everybody's gonna look at this and be like, "Ooh, strikeouts, right?" You don't take strikeout props against San Diego or Cleveland. They are top 2 always. They are disciplined. They don't strike out much. Head to head, he got the 5. It's 4. It's barely. Like if you want to take it, you're going to sweat if he hits. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be a sweat. There's no easy strikeout win. It ain't going to happen. So Last 10 games, you can see the hits are all over the place, earned runs. He did give up 5 earned runs to the Cubs, but the Cubs are beating up on people right now. So, and Seattle did nothing. So, let's flop the other side and look at King. King hits in the last 10, strikeouts all over the place, earned runs. Yeah, I was leaning San Diego, but I think I'm just going to end with a pass. I'm a little concerned by that history. So that's fine. If you don't love a play, just pass. That's the best play. So we're going to end it right there. Coming back up. Now tomorrow is Tuesday. And as you can see, that's everybody. I ain't got to count. Hell, it looks like more. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, that's everybody. So everyone's playing tomorrow. A couple day games, a lot of night games. So I'll be here tomorrow. Check out the HQ if you want the plays typed out. Spreadsheet will be ready this week. I got to start putting together now. Everybody's getting close to 10. I got to make sure the formulas work. I got to make sure the data is correct. That way, the math is right. It's going to take a minute, but it's coming. So it's a long season. Don't worry. Other than that, I appreciate being here. Drop a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments of what you're playing, and we'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday for more MLB. Peace.